Shavyfxhub. Shavyfxhub. So I want to share in-depth perspective into BTC. My strategy is based on demand and supply, lock and unlock, break of structure, retest, and carefully and critically and meticulously studying the structure of market and price movement. So my price action is gonna come from this rally. This is all you've got for now. So I want to this is going to be your SR, daily SR. It's gonna be a daily SR. Support becomes a resistance and break of structure. There's a daily line chart. I call multiples of weeks are all around here. And this is the candle that broke the structure. And this is the retest. Now we have another retest here. And as well, RS level resistance becomes support and break of structure. After the break of RS level, price returns here as SR and as well a retest candle. And you have seen that beautiful buy at that level. That beautiful buy. Look, can you see it there? Can you see it? So I'm more interested in two structures in this key area. And I'll be viewing it from my mirror. Line chart is my mirror. That's my trade mirror. So I don't play with it. So I advise you to incorporate line charts. So it makes sense right now for us to see. Look at the structure. So it makes sense right now for us to see it. Um, okay, it may not be very perfect the way we want, but so now I'm going to make the zone to accommodate that breakout from that level. So this becomes your new RS. Resistance becomes support and break of structure. And all these are all retest candles. They're all RT. These are all RT candles. That's an SR in that matter. Resistance becomes support and breaker structure. And we have a breaker structure and price returns here as RS and return again for the second time before we have a break of that level. So technically, here becomes your new demand floor. So if you see price BTC around 98,000, feel free to buy. So I think as the market is making its way down, most likely price should come into 98,200 for a buy. This is a buy floor, and I'm gonna call it demand floor. So unlock demand floor. So if price comes here, most likely you're gonna see a reaction. After a breakout from a supply roof, we locked this structure at this level as an RS, and price came back here again. We locked it again as RS, resistance becomes support and breaker structure. Breaker structure will come here for another unlock, where we expect another bullish rally at that level. And from what we have here, to check the authenticity of your trend line, its accuracy, if it aligns with the current trend angle, you clone the structure and place it on your most recent high, and you will see something beautiful at that level. You see that? See that reaction over there? See that reaction over there? So that is exactly how you play around in the financial market. That's how you play around it. So you can only get that using that strategy. The most recent high and close of the candle, remember? This is all you can see. If you turn on your line chart, this is what you're going to see. This is greater than this. So it was used to predict this sell. So that's your new supply roof by daily candle close. So our breakout structure will be watched for buy confirmation on daily. And one more thing to watch on daily time frame. We have a support structure here. Let's look through our line charts. You have a breakout structure at that level. So you have seen price react at 101, but peak liquidity at 100. 100 liquidity was picked from an ascending trend line. We had here as a support structure after breakout structure. Retest one, break of a demand floor, supply roof, break of a supply roof, retest. So we will expect price to come back here. So I'm going to call this ATL, ascending trend line. The market is showing a bullish phase. I'm getting much of descending trend lines. So majority of the trend lines here are all bullish. So it still keeps the bias on the sentiment. And most likely the Federal Reserve will be holding rate at 4.2, 4.5. And today we had a very interesting data from prelim University of Michigan consumer sentiment and as well inflation data. The inflation data came in below expectation, while we got consumer sentiment 60, way above expectation, and Fed will be gauging it. So it's most likely that this month of June we're going to have a steady rate, and as federal fund meeting will be held, I think a rate might remain constant, and Federal Reserve has warned they will continue to use a cautious wait and see approach before any adjustment in a rate. So it's okay. It's okay to see that. So let's see. So you're going to have a double confluence buy at 100 again. So if price returns at that level, well, most likely you're going to have a double confluence at this here. And we have another potential buy opportunity on the ascending trend line. So it will be watched critically to see what it does when it returns back into the zone. And this is my roof. I'm going to call it a supply roof. This is your supply roof. So we locked it on daily. Whoever that unlocks it, that's a buy confirmation. If you unlock this thing on daily time frame, because these are daily close, you're going up. So we don't know who is going to do that, but this has been locked on daily. We have locked it on two supply structure, supply roof one, supply roof two. Break of this structure is a buy confirmation. Now, for sell, break of this structure is a sell confirmation. Bring us back into 98, 97. And if at this level we do not find momentum, we could potentially be coming down. Yes, this is what you're going to get. So the thing right now is to exercise some patience and because one, you see, we have a breakout from an ascending trend line that was supposed to keep us in track, but for no good reason, market broke out of that structure, and that's something to worry about. Really, for me, it's a breakout from the ascending trend line on daily time frame, and that reflects market fear. Now the issue is that there is no potential retest, which after a prolonged pullout. So I will also be watching it to see if price makes its way back to retest the structure. But there is no structure back to retest it. So most likely what you wait for is a buy opportunity instead of trying to set a structure. So you wait for price to pull back. Let's see what 100 level does. But that's technically a strong ground to wait, 11.231. It's also a strong level to watch. But for me, my ideal unlock a demand floor would be at 9,700. A price move into that structure will trigger a daily support on the black SR RS interchange. Here we have here as RS resistance becomes support on break of structure, and we have here as an SR support after break of structure. This is an RT, and that's RT after the structure is broken, and the two have given us an ascending trend line ATL. Price return here as a retest candle, and as well as a support become resistance if it's broken. And we have the same SR level, and we have a break of that SR level, a break of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 SR level. Break of it returns here what and sold. A broken demand floor became a supply roof. That now became a switch from SR to RS. So that has given us an ascending trend line. And when price came here, it respected that structure. After respecting it the first time here on a sell, it came back to confirm it and break. So if price returns here, here is a demand floor. So that was why I told you that you watch price into 97, you hold, you buy and hold, break below, sell confirmation. And of course, every time I talk of trend breakouts, I'm an expert in trend. I specialize in trend breakouts. When we had a breakout from here, I called it on all platforms, TikTok and the rest of others, and so you can see what happened there. After that breakout, we have got another strong confluence, and we have seen price push away. Now we've pulled out from an ascending trend line, and you can see technically buyers are finding it very hard to create a new high. And going forward from here, they now begin to create lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. A typical characteristics of downtrend. So that shows they are losing it, right? A switch from uptrend to downtrend. So that's something to worry about. And yeah, sometimes market pull out from a bullish channel. This could be a classic example of such that market try to pull out from a bullish channel, but it's only time that can tell. Only time can tell. So let's watch and see if that's what buyers want to do. And but if not, come on, they aren't going nowhere. So yeah, you can see that structure breakout. And so let's see. But for now, there is no trade for BTC. But let's see if we got a structure and cross. Yeah, so you can see there we have their support flow. There's a support flow at this area, an SR, and break of that structure, price returns, and we have found. So that was a free giveaway trade. 102.793 on a demand floor. An SRO level, break of SRO level, peak liquidity from an ascending trend line. Demand floor 1, demand floor 2, demand floor 3, demand floor 4, break of demand floor, retest. And what happened? Price came back there to peak liquidity and have tried to challenge a new high but failed. So when it came back, of course, it has to respect here because this is another layer of demand, a previously broken demand floor. It broke it, came back, it broke the structure, turned into supply, peak liquidity came back, broken supply roof becomes what? A demand floor. So even when it came back, it failed to retest because of the bullish impulse on the floor. These are all impulse leg, strong impulse leg on ascending trend line. So technically, this stop price. So we want to see a breakdown. If this breaks down, then you want to see yourself into 97. And on 97, we'll go back to retest the red ascending trend line. If market fails to pull away from here, then we'll come down completely. It doesn't call for quarter. Then we'll come down. But one thing I see while I'm analyzing it is there's a descending trend line pattern, which we must also watch, like we have had it here, a descending trend line pattern, creating a high probability buy idea every time price taps into the structure. We have another daily at this level, creating another high probability. So in the future, as price begins to fall under intense bearish pressure, I will also want to hold this imaginary line for potential buy opportunity because of the price action. So we already got a messed up chart, but that's okay. These are for educational purpose only. All my trades are for educational purpose. So stop talking about money. Okay? You focus and learn. I really get irritated when I see traders all the time money, 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 money. A lot of times these guys have no strategy. Even if you have a strategy, how many back testing do you have on your strategy? So the beauty of strategy is based on the back testing. So the stronger your back testing, the more confident you are to take trade on your own, or you're still copying trade.